Hello my friends, there we are. Air France with an Airbus 319 spraying a dirty great chemtrail, an artificially nucleated contrail. Who knows exactly what method they're using to stimulate this trail, but interestingly there's a plane right there beside it with no trail, well, a very short dissipating trail. But this one has got a very long trail, as you can see. It goes on a long way. That's from Air France. Air France are being used for climate engineering. And yes, of course, we've got the chemtrail day. Big weather modification. We've got lots of stuff going on in the atmosphere here, my friends. All these harmless ice crystals. Just harmless ice crystals, mate. Yeah, that's what they use for cloud seeding. These ice crystals. That's what they use for weather modification. Now, a moment ago there was a big circular trail in the sky. Hopefully it looks still visible. It's almost 360. That's just come from sundogs. Very interesting effect. Isn't it interesting that Chembo up there, the light refraction through the ice crystals, is just in one little location there. Look at the sky, my friends. Look at what it's filled with. It's completely unnatural. And for the climate scientists to say, well, we think it might have a mild warming effect, you know that they are seriously playing down what they have known about for many years. They're insulting your intelligence. Because we can go back to the 60s and you've got a man called Manabe and his calculations about aircraft flying in the stratosphere. 400 aircraft flying 4 times a day over a 10-year period would leave sufficient water vapour in the upper atmosphere that it would create a surface warming of 1.6 degrees. He's stating that in 1965. So are climate scientists cherry picking information? Are they playing down the effects? Look at the state of the atmosphere. It's disgusting, truly. And it's absolutely repugnant that climate scientists get paid to go all around the world selling the concept that they must use technological fixes like carbon sequestration, taking plant food from the atmosphere, where our atmosphere has just 0.0375% of this precious life-giving trace gas. And of that 0.0375%, just a tiny fraction of that is really from man-made sources, because believe it or not, the planet has naturally got lots of processes that release CO2 in the atmosphere long before the Industrial Revolution. Oh yeah, CO2's not new. We don't have a staggering amount of it going into the atmosphere. We've had more in the atmosphere before. But more interestingly, we've been warmer before. So what is the global warming? What's all the fear about that they've been driving into our psyche? Because from 1880 to 2012, the IPCC state we have had just 0.85 of a centigrade. Not even 1 degree global warming. But we've had areas with regional warming. And some of that regional warming is due to the massive jet aircraft fleets and the deliberate creation of contrails or vapour trails as part of a covert weather and climate modification program. Talked about in 1945. The use of vapour trails from aircraft for weather modification purposes. That's how long it's been in the making. Vapour trails used for weather modification, documented in 1945. Infuriating Our governments should lie and trick to us and use these climate scientists to go around gallivanting around the world, selling us into global governance and global tax, selling away our sovereignty. They're despicable people, despicable sellouts. There's no way they can say we've got a dire global warming meltdown. If they wanted to be accurate, they would say aviation is having a serious regional impact in high populated areas where there's a lot of air traffic. And because of this, we need to ground planes at least 3 days a week, every week, and let the skies recover. The atmosphere is being raped by the aviation industry. Yes, we all enjoy being able to travel. But there was deregulation in North America and in Europe that has been responsible for a massive increase in ridiculously cheap air prices, increasing the amount of air traffic, and it's not necessary. We could be using high-speed trains for a lot of short-haul flights. In fact, we should not even be going short-haul flights anymore. It's ridiculous. But if we reduced it down to a 3-day week where the atmosphere gets to rest, we would know categorically what the effects are of aviation on the atmosphere. Just like following 9/11, when scientists, they now know that the aircraft are basically creating all the clouds. But they play it down because they're working for an agenda, or they're too frightened to speak out. A lot of them haven't got a backbone, have they? Got to worry about their careers, their mortgages and their family, their education, the money they need for their careers. It's easy to get people trapped in a cul-de-sac, isn't it? Not many of them are approaching retirement age and don't need to worry about speaking out and being vilified. Not many of them at all. So we've got political correctness in the climate industry. But what we've got is a juggernaut of lies and deception taking us towards a one world government, global governance, a totalitarian green communism, all based on lies and deception. CO2's our friend. Love CO2. Plants do, and we all need plants. Take care, my friends. Please do all your research. Inform yourself and inform others. Wake everyone up. You have to be the change you want to see, because the oligarchy in the system is failing us. It's against us. We're in a war against the oligarchy and they use the system against us. It's time to wake up. Do everything you can. Take care, my friends. Bye for now.